Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the FayWhat show. Today, I am super blessed to have my next guest on the show. All right, her name is Adrianna Tender, and she is just such an incredible friend to me. She is like a sister, and I've been wanting to get her in bed for a while. Wait a minute, that sounded kind of hot. Yeah, if you know Adrianna, then you know what I mean. Yeah. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Adrianna and why today is so important and why I had to get her in bed. So, Adrianna Tender is just an incredible human, like I said, and she's the program coordinator for Trans Inclusive Group and a board member of the Human Rights Campaign. She is a staunch transgender advocate with expertise in trans healthcare and HIV prevention. She holds an associate degree in psychology and is finishing her bachelor's at Florida International University in her spare time, which is none, okay? She is also the founder of Tender Loving Care Trans Mentoring. Adrianna is a recognized force for change, receiving accolades like the Bishop S.F. Makalani Mahi Transgender Advocate Award in 2019 and a Noir Diamond Excellence Award in 2023, plus a whole bunch of other awards that we ain't got time to talk about right now, all right? Good morning, Miss Adrianna, and welcome to the FayWhat show.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh my God, you look amazing.
Thank you, and so do you. You're looking scrumptious.
Wow. Listen, and these shoes. So I tell Adrianna that we're going to be in bed, right? And she goes, okay, I'll just wear something casual.
This is casual.
This is something. Can you show our viewers your beautiful shoes?
Oh.
Because I'm like, look, no one's going to see your shoes.
It's
She
just
goes,
a little something.
it's just a little something.
Just a little
Don't you want to
something.
lick these? I want to lick these, okay? Thank you, Miss Adrianna. So we've got a few things to talk about, Mama. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time out to be on my show. I've been wanting to do like an in-depth, thorough interview with you, and we're going to get to that no matter what. I don't care how busy we are. But today, there were two really important things that we have to talk about, and I couldn't think of anybody else more than you to have these conversations with, all right? So, Trans Inclusive Group, there's so much going on over there. You must be busy as hell.
Very busy.
You must be busy as hell.
Very busy.
Hello to Tatiana Braxton and everyone over there that do so much, that do the work, Something crazy happened recently, and I really needed to talk to you about it. So in an ongoing campaign to make Florida uninhabitable and unsafe for transgender individuals, the coward of Governor Ron DeSantis and his administration quietly reversed a policy that allowed Floridians to obtain driver's licenses that reflected their true gender identity. What the F? What the F? What the F, Adrianna? Help me understand and help the trans folks that are watching saying, what the F? Like, so what exactly does this mean? Will you have to give back your license? Will transgender folks have their licenses revoked? Will people get in trouble for having a license that hasn't been checked off by DNV? What happened? Like, what happened when you got the news?
So right now it's very vague, and right now they're in session, and this is what they're talking about. They're still voting on it, but even though they have not voted on it,
Okay.
The Department of Motor Vehicles have already put out a statement saying this is what's going to happen. So it seems to be that, like myself, I've already had my gender marker change. It's a possibility that I won't have any problem.
Okay.
But people who are trying to go get their license now and get their gender marker changed, they will have problems. It'll be very hard for them, and they're going to have backup documents like your birth certificate or possibly your passport, which we're hoping if the passport is a backup document, a lot of people are now trying to go change their passports.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to have their gender marker changed. But they're saying that no one will be able to change their gender on their license.
Oh my God. And that's one of the things that like makes the whole transition complete, when your paperwork matches who you are.
It's an affirmation saying that I am woman. I'll never forget when I got mine. I've been transitioning ever since, well, I don't want to date myself. I'll say 1997. I've been living as a woman since then. And when I changed my gender marker back in, I think it was 2012, something like that, it was just another step for me. It was like almost that final step. Mm-hmm. I felt safe. I could go anywhere and present my license, and there weren't any problems. I remember back in the day just going to something as simple as going to a club, and people would look at you and then see your gender marker, and if it said man, they would keep you out.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And that's just something small.
Yeah, yeah, but it's such, there's so many hoops that you have to jump through as it is just in transitioning. And all those things cost money, right? Like everything costs a lot of money. And then now you're going to add more crap to it, I mean, so Adrianna, like, what do you tell a trans person that's watching my show right now going, what do I do now? Like, I'm getting chills because it's so fucked up. Like, it's just so effed up. There's no other word to say but that, And then for Governor Ron DeSantis to do something like that, like, at 4 a.m. on the low, and then all of a sudden it just comes out. How did you hear about this? And what happened over there at Trans Inclusive? I could just imagine the up in arms everybody was.
So we had, I had a friend of mine that sent me the document saying that this is what's going to be happening. And my deputy director at Trans Inclusive Group, Nick Santop, who's always on top of everything and
Nick.
knows everything.
Nick, they are amazing. Nick.
They are. They sent us an email explaining everything, letting us know, okay, this is what's going to be going on. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. Very thorough. But what I would say to trans people out there, the first thing I would say is don't worry. Don't stress.
Okay.
And the next thing I would say is if you're not registered to vote, get up and go vote. Because the only way to change any of these things that are going on, especially since we're stuck with DeSantis until his term is over, is to go vote and make sure that the Senate and the House change so we can overturn some of these laws.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're fighting the big fight, which with Trans Inclusive and also with the Dolphin Dems. Let's talk about the Dolphin Dems, okay? So I was really excited about the Dolphin Dems and their announcement about a month ago. So the Dolphin Dems mission, it shall be the mission of this organization to foster goodwill between gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender members of the Democratic Party and the community at large. We seek individual freedom in the framework of a just society and political freedom in the framework of meaningful participation by all citizens. That is the mission statement of the Dolphin Dems. And you have been with them since
2017.
2017. Holy crap. Okay, so we're going on 7 years with them.
Yes, it's been quite a ride.
Oh, I bet. So I read the mission statement. What exactly does Dolphin Dems do?
So basically, we endorse LGBTQ friendly candidates, and we are supposed to make sure that we are educating the community on all of the laws and bills that are being passed and that are up to go to session, and to let people know about the candidates. You can come to our meetings and meet candidates all across from Dade, Broward, West Palm Beach counties. We've even had some senators and stuff come over there. So
yeah, because I know Chevron loves you guys. Oh my goodness, and I know you love him.
Yes.
You've got to get educated, folks, right? And I know that I'm constantly screaming about voting, and you must be tired of me saying it. But you know what? Guess what? It's an election year. You're going to hear me saying it a million more times. Go vote. It's so important. All those right now we're feeling all the crap that we didn't for not voting for all these years. People have been put into place that hate us and don't want us to breathe. Great. And now we're feeling it,
Yes.
And now they're in office and we're like, what happened? You know what happened, bitch? You didn't freaking vote. That's what happened.
Right.
And I hate to say it like that, Adrianna, but I feel that like after marriage equality, a lot of people kind of just went, all right, our work is done, And I'm going to tell you some shit that's really going to blow your mind, okay? I've got some friends that will just vote for like a Black last name or a Latino last name when they go in to vote. All right, they won't go and do the research, find out. Go over to Trans Inclusive and find out who they want, or Dolphin Dems and find out who they are supporting, and those should be the people that you should support. Don't just pick an Alvarez because you're Latino and you think that you should pick another Latino. No, okay? Like, you would be surprised as to how many Black and brown people that are running are against our community.
Yeah, I agree, but I do want to clarify.
Please.
So as far as Trans Inclusive Group goes, we're nonpartisan. We don't care who you vote for.
As long as you vote.
Wink, wink, as long as you vote.
Okay.
But when it comes to Dolphins, if you want to know who you're supposed to be voting for, then you should definitely come to one of our meetings and we will let you know.
Okay. Thank you. See, you heard that. Okay. So I was super excited when your nomination was announced, right? Can I call you Kamala?
You can.
Do you understand what I mean by that, right? So, you're up for election to be VP.
So I am the current vice president of Dolphin Democrats now, but we are having elections, which is going to be on Valentine's Day. It's going to be a very short meeting. So just in case you have plans or something with your hubby or your girlfriend or whomever, just come out to the meeting and make sure that you come out and vote.
Yes. Okay.
And the person that's running for president is Alfredo.
Oh, Alfredo's fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my God. He has dedicated so many years also to our community. Now, I would be remiss if I don't mention that I'm loving the inclusivity, Adrianna. I love that you're a Black woman, and I love that Alfredo is a Latino man, and you're up there with a seat at the freaking table.
It's amazing. I am the first Black trans woman to be vice president of the Dolphin Democrats, and they've been around over 40 years.
Yeah. Wow. Incredible. The first, and it's been 40 years. Okay. Evolution, right? It's evolution, folks. What's your platform? What do you want? What are you bringing to Dolphin Dems? Which I already can see plenty of things, that isn't already there, that hasn't already been brought.
So the one thing I will say is that when it comes to Dolphin Democrats, it's a wonderful organization. We do a lot of work. We make sure that we are educating the community on legislation. But what I will say is when it comes to diversity inside the organization, as far as membership is concerned, when it comes to myself being Black, it's probably like 5% of us. I know it was hilarious to a couple of us at the meeting. There were like 100 people at the meeting and there was only 6 Black people. So that's one thing that I want to change. I feel like if I'm going to be in this position, I'm going to make sure that we are changing that, that there's more inclusivity, and making sure that we're reaching out to our members and seeing what inclusivity looks like for Black members, for trans members. That's what's really important to me.
Yeah, especially this year.
Yes. And making sure, for me, is making sure that our trans people are motivated and they're getting out to vote.
And I mean, again, election year, folks. It couldn't get more important than it is right now. So the Dolphin Dems will hold a board of directors election and municipal candidate endorsement at their annual membership meeting on Wednesday, February 14th this week at 7 p.m. at the Pride Center, located at 2040 Dixie Highway, Wilton Manors. And like Adrianna said, it'll be a quick meeting. Okay, you'll be in and out. All right, but it's so important. So board of directors, election members will vote to elect the following: 4 directors, right? Each for a 2-year term.
Correct.
A secretary with a term ending in 2025, and president and VP.
Correct.
Yes. All right.
Correct.
So in the know. Okay. So, and I'm always asked, like, what can I do? How can I get more involved? Who can I volunteer with? These are the organizations that you need to look out for. And, especially again, election year, go to Dolphin Dems, get involved. It's needed now more than ever.
Can I add something?
Always.
So this is the second year that Trans Inclusive Group has been blessed to be a beneficiary of the AIDS Healthcare Foundation Florida AIDS Walk.
I love it, HF. And the AIDS Walk. Oh, so much fun. It's the only time I wake up that early, aside from the show.
So if you will go to the Florida AIDS Walk, look for Trans Inclusive Group and make your donation, AIDS Healthcare will double that donation. So go and do it.
Yes, go and do it. And since you just mentioned trans inclusive, I wanted to give you guys also a big congratulations. You just hired a new person also, right?
Yes, Chris Gordon. She is amazing.
Chris!
She's amazing. Hi, Chris.
Congratulations, darling. You are a wonderful addition to the powerhouses that are there at Trans Inclusive Group, right?
She is. She's our first woman that's going to be at Trans Inclusive.
She's your first cisgender woman. Let's be very clear.
Yes.
Because trust, okay? Those
women.
leaders are women, like
yes.
through and through. So folks, make sure that you follow Adrianna Tender and also Trans Inclusive Group and Dolphin Dems. Make sure that you go on out to their election, vote for the people that are making our future better or are trying to make our future better, all right? Don't talk shit if you're not a part of it. All right, that's one thing. I'm sorry that I always say, like, don't bitch about it, be about it.
Be about it.
Right? All right. We're going to get more with Adrianna in a future interview. But again, make sure that you follow her on social media, follow Trans Inclusive, follow Dolphin Dems, and we will be right back. Thank you, Adrianna.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.